trying to wait for something.
This lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
There he goes left side. He may go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Big play there. 70 yards. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
And that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly it should... Home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Jeez.
Now a give, running right is Lewis. Nice move by Lewis. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. It's a gain of 34.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the studios in the Creative Village here in Orlando. Scott Hansen with you, and you know, we've seen some scoring so far. Both teams getting into the end zone, both teams thinking they can pull out the win in the second half. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So here are the Browns to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. That's a room to maneuver. He may go. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. 70 yards. And the Browns are able to add on to that lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow it down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's on his way. And all the way Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Browns will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. As an athlete, going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Let's go.
Again, it's Lewis. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's again, Lewis running left. Even with that broken tackle, he'll be brought down short of the 15. 2nd and 6. 4 yards on the pickup. On the handoff, here's Lewis running right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 17 yards out. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
No! They'll stay with Lewis here on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. 14 yards. And the Browns are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Cleveland offense making their way out. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate.
A big play there. 50 yards. And the Browns are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the...
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. On the handoff, Lewis. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting...
Days a week, it's going to be used to forge horseshoes, but one day a week, an anvil is used to forge victories here in Indianapolis, and it's been wrong once again at the city's Lucas Oil Stadium, telling us all it is time for football. Today, our draw features 2 from the AFC, between the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. On the Browns sideline, get a look at head coach Kevin Stefanski. These guys seeing just how long they can keep this undefeated season going. Along the opposing sideline, the head coach of the Colts. These guys coming off the bye week, so we'll keep an eye on it, Brock. Maybe a small advantage to them because of that. The Browns returning their offense and this running back to the field. First down, they'll run. He cuts back left. There he goes on the right side. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns don't need long to take a 6-0 lead.
Sure didn't take long for somebody to get this game off and running, pun intended. But there's a lot of rounds left to fight and punches to be thrown. Sure feels good, though, to be the first one to land that haymaker.
Browns and their running back about to get back to work. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you're going to start to murmur and might even hear a few boo birds.
They'll run here on first down. Space on the right. He's got room. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns pull that in front further. 13-zip.
Kate, to put this first quarter in perspective a little bit, add a little context. You know what the single-season rushing touchdown record is? 28. 28 in 17 games. Well, LT did in 16 back in the day, but he's got 2 already here in the first quarter.
The Browns and this running back headed back out for a new series. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their third touchdown in 3 drives. Right up the gut. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Now the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Keeps away from one. The stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield track.
That's good for a Browns. First down. First and 10 at the 48.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Another carry for him. He's got room to roam. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Going to the ground again on first. And they force him out after just 2 yards there. It's going to be 2nd and 8.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They give it to him again. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to have 1st and goal after he picked up a nice chunk there.
18 yards.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football and defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Browns stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage.
Kate, I don't think we're alone up here in the booth. Anytime they've reached the red zone, you can feel every eye in the building looking at this guy, and he continues to deliver. That's now 3 opportunities, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. In baseball, this dude's hitting 1,000.
Browns back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. To no one's surprise, Brock, they lead in this one, and that lines up with the type of performances that we've seen from them during this 10-game winning streak. Lone back gets the handoff. And they shove him out. Looks like he's got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down. Exactly 2 minutes to play in half number 1. More from Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Second and 3 now. Back to the well again. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Fresh set of downs now from the 39. First down, and they go right back to it. Their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down at that 17-yard line. Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 22 yards. First down.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Browns boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space. He sees the green.
Browns returning their offense, and this running back to the field. And up a very comfortable 3 scores. Really no need to try and get anything here. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's a Browns first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. Escapes the defender. And they're approaching midfield with that gain of 6. He's up to the 46. So a one-sided contest as we reach the break here. Let's head over to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hewer.
The Browns and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they don't need anything out of this drive right now, Brock. That lead's already been built as we look to the scoreboard. But like architects, they might want to see just how high they can take it.
We're going to know here in just a second on how they attack these opening plays. Do they opt to take it easy, play conservative, or just keep stepping on that gas?
Has room down the left sideline. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns grow the lead coming out of halftime. Browns back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And they'd love a repeat of their last drive, wouldn't they? Their first play was their only play as they raided in for 6. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He's out in the clear. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And they take this in for the score. The Browns piling onto the scoreboard yet again. Browns returning their offense and this running back to the field. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Running this one left. Through the defense it goes, room to burn. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Browns continue piling it on here in the 4th. And this running back headed back out for a new series. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys and friends that are defensive guys. And my friends watching this one offensively love it. The defensive guys guys, they're climbing up their walls.
And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Browns keep running away with this. Browns back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Now a give running right. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now give left side. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Browns throwing 6 more on the blowout. Browns returning their offense and this running back to the field. They've done something incredibly difficult in the NFL, partner. They've gone into somebody else's building and they have dominated, and they have earned the right to hold it till the end.
Roll. Set, go.
Here's the handoff. Has room down the left sideline. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Browns continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Will take this win home with them. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November.
The Browns game is over, but his work isn't done yet. There's been a lot of external talk about this team, and it's finally time that the players are asked about it.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. And this is Paycor Stadium in downtown Cincinnati, Ohio. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
And this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation?
He's seen the football quite a bit here in this first half. Such an integral part of this offense. We'll start this next drive. 1st and 10. Here's Lewis. Room to run right away. Gets to the edge at the 30. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrific way, Greg, to get this game started. Able to get the opening touchdown and do it with a long run.
Mike, anytime you can create explosive plays in the run game, you're definitely going to take it. And they're going to be able to build on those plays as the rest of this game moves along.
Kicked off the scoring with the touchdown run on that opening drive. We'll see what he can do here as they begin 1st and 10.
On the set. Here we go, set. Nice.
They'll run with Lewis. And that'll be a pickup of 3. From the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 6. They'll run it. Here's Lewis.
And his great first half on the ground continues, and this is one of those guys that when he gets in the groove, it seems like it's an 8-yard run, a 10-yard run, and all of a sudden a 15-yard jump play, one after another.
On the ground, it's Lewis. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And you talk about a guy who's been running with a purpose here in the first half, Mike. I mean, not only hitting the holes and accelerating through them, but as the numbers telling you, he might be on his way to a big, big ball game.
It's so fucking loud.
This is Lewis. Room to run at the 35. And he will score! Touchdown, Cleveland. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the first.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early.
Not only that, we need to do more than just this. I know we all have canceled Netflix.
Already surpassed the 100-yard mark on the ground. I think we can say he's well on his way to 200 at this point. His guys take over 1st and 10.
NBA fans and everybody, we need to respectfully but seriously competition against Netflix, Michael Jackson, the Burning.
Let's go.
Now, so knock down the signature. Signature.
Drive will start on the ground.
Netflix.
He's inside the 35.
That's anybody.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown Browns. What a half he is putting together. That's his third touchdown already.
CC right there.
That was a special run, Mike. I mean, it's just rare to have that combination of contact balance and strength to not only run through the contact, but then to also have the speed to break away once you get into the open field.
I said, look, rest, hold, rest. Make sure to go to the link in my bio and sign a petition. You have what is happening now.
He's had the most improbable of first halves. The numbers tell the story. Long run after long run. And he's going to try to add to the remarkable start to this game as they begin once more with a first down. They'll begin here on the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards.
Okay, I'm out to make it all kinds of people. It's just not like me, man.
Right back to him on first down. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Cleveland. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. He's found the end zone 4 times in this first half of action. He has been a one-man wrecking ball out there. Can he make it 5? Those guys start on first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Cougar 19.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Room to run at the 35. Still going. And he is gone. 80 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. He was able to break loose on that long touchdown run the last time they had it. Good chance to catch his breath. Gets going again. Back to work on first down. Now give on the ground. Finding room at the 35. Still going. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. Browns offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Past the 45. Still going. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. And with that, NFL history. That's the record. 7 touchdowns in one game.
Dancing in my mansion. Hey, son, what's going on? Dad, I think I just wrote my first hit single. Really? Get out of here.
It's offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. Drew him off the sideline at the 45. 20, 15, and he is gone. 70 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. This is just getting silly at this point. That's his 8th touchdown of this game. Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Now a run on 1st down. He's got room to the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Touchdown, Browns. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the 2nd half.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Browns offense ready to take over once again. And this team continues to just win football games, well on their way to another victory here. The conversation is real. 17-0 could be seen on the horizon. And he'll somehow turn this into a net positive, getting out of bounds after a pickup of a yard. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
They'll stick with him again. And he's going backwards here. They're going to take him down back at the 5. Here's a 3rd and 10.
1-yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. He's going to have the 1st down. Past the 20. Inside the 40. Inside the 10. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 95 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Go
ahead and add one more of this 6 total. His 10th touchdown of the game. It's crazy.
to move closer to a potential trial. The Collin County DA's office and Carmelo Anthony's defense attorney released video statements about the indictment. They will be ready to present it.
It's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Community by clicking a link in the description. That's where I give you guys all the tools to grow into the
We'll try the right side this time. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. That's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down. Now a 3rd and 2.
Defense attorney also put out a video statement reiterating Yankees' claims that he acted in self-defense.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
I don't know if a plea deal was ever offered to Carmelo Anthony. I don't know if they ever told him, hey, man, 21 to take 20.
For the visiting Cleveland Browns. Perfect season continues.
But if Carmelo Anthony rejected the plea deal, it would be the biggest mistake of his life. He just got too much stacked up against the bench. This is day 1 of trial. Day 1. And they already want some nonsense. Now, jury selection took place. They promised this man a jury of his peers. And guess how many black folks are on the jury?
Hello, everybody. Heather Hayes. I'm Steve Bigger. Within the last hour, a jury has been chosen to decide the closely watched murder trial of Carmelo Anthony.
More than 500 people were on the list of potential jurors, but the jury will not include anyone who is black, despite this case being racially charged. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joining us now. Alex.
Hey guys, good evening. That's right. And I can tell you that a court spokesperson confirmed that there are indeed no black jurors on this panel. And I can tell you that before this jury panel was seated, the defense objected to 3 black women being struck by the prosecution. Now, the prosecution contended that it was due to the fact that the women were educators, noting that this incident happened at a school function with young students. The defense then pointed out that those were 3 of those were 100% of the available black jurors in what's called the strike zone, adding that the state struck all 3.
If the case is so open and shut, why not just give him a fair shot? Why not give him some black jurors? Give him a jury of his peers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed. We're ready for football. Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns. On Sunday Night Primetime. On the visitor's sideline, a look at the Jets head coach. His guys have really been struggling. 2-6 in their last 8. Across from him, it's Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski.
Austin Metcalf last year at a Frisco ISD track.
You get a look there at the first quarter numbers, and they're trying to add to those as this next drive begins with 1st and 10.
Metcalf died in his twin brother's song. They said that Anthony told them he acted in self-defense. Now this case has become racially charged. Said this information on Wednesday, attorneys for both sides got an hour and 45 minutes to question.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry.
Question on the
angling to the sideline, inside the 35.
Serving on the
and they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland.
If there is a guilty verdict.
This case is the called racial riots. It just is. And it breaks the matter of the prosecutors really asking whether racial issues. Jury selection. Of course, they didn't disqualify those 3 black educators because they may be biased against Carmelo Anthony. That's absurd. No, they did it because they were
for some early fireworks. If you're joining us late, long touchdown run on that opening drive. So you're going to try for an encore here as they begin 1st and 10.
That's what I don't understand. And they even put in that like disclaimer, oh, there may be some minority. Man, listen, there ain't no minority.
It's first down, and they'll run. To the 45. A terrific run. Finally brought down, but he's inside the 35-yard line. Here's Lewis. Finding room to the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. That's 2 touchdowns for him in this first quarter alone.
It's not often in the NFL that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executed by the offensive line, and all of your blockers. And then sometimes you just have to work out more on the hand than you do on defense. I think all of
to railroad his kid. It's just not as clear cut, man. Yo, Carmelo Anthony is 5'6", 130 pounds.
Set to go once more. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine you're going to see much more of him as this game goes on.
Now, I gave him several warnings. Hey, don't touch me. Hey, don't touch me. Hey, don't put your hands on me. Several times.
They'll run with Lewis.
Put his hands on Carmelo.
And they'll move this one down
it
inside
felt like, bro,
the 40-yard line.
I can't do nothing with no 6'6"
But even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
That was one thing he had to do. That's one thing. But you can't really say we ate the killer.
Able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
And spectators to the Collin County Courthouse. We saw no folks demonstrating at the entrance of the courthouse this afternoon. We expect that to continue throughout the trial. The judge hopes that wrapped up by the end of next week.
And he will score again.
Wearing his the tie and purple shirt, which is ultimately complimentary. He did take some notes and the scenes. I can also tell you that there does appear to be some minorities on the security panel again.
See out of a running back. Greg his third rushing touchdown in the first half.
He's been the difference maker, Mike. I mean, I wish I had him on my fantasy team. I mean, this guy has come out with something to prove today. I can't wait to see what he...
60% Indian, 20% Hispanic, 50-something% white. So the minorities that...
Browns offense, and they're running back, getting ready to go back to work. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half.
Here we go, set. Have the 60.
This is Lewis. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
Nothing at all.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
Now, here's the thing, okay? I heard that in Kelly.
Now a handoff, running right. Finding space inside the 40. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Cleveland. What a night he's having. 4 touchdowns in this game alone.
In particular, jurisdictions can be held in great electoral results. Kansas City went 54% for Trump, 43% for Harris. It's 54% white. It's 0.7% black. 16% Hispanic or Latino. 18% Indian, it says. I don't know if they mean Asian or American.
He was able to break free for a touchdown run the last time they had it.
And so, your Republican have jury that reflects that general makeup. Not sure exactly how that will play, but certainly should play better than the OJ trial played in Los Angeles.
They'll begin here on the
jury that was predominantly minority and had a grudge against the House.
At the 45.
Bill mentions the thing about provoking the thing is,
and he is gone.
Actually, by Austin,
touchdown, Cleveland. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game.
Even if it's push or a shove, or like I'm trying to push you out of the tent, that's not going to work.
it just sounds personal. It just sounds personal. And Brandon just owned the situation and said, hey, we all know they're not putting some black folks in this team. That's before they even do. There was black folks in the team. And the Brandon said, hey, look. That's what happened with OJ got out. The black folks got a problem with the white cops. That's why they let OJ off. Don't put no black folks in this jury. I don't think black people in a jury box see somebody who was clearly guilty of murder and then voted not guilty.
He had the touchdown run on the previous drive, and they'll take over here, trying to extend the lead. It's 1st and 10.
What is the reasonable force here? This is a 5'6", 5'7", 130, 140-pound kid who got into a physical altercation.
Let's go.
A 6'2" kid who got 250 pounds.
Travel start on the
But
ground.
even let's say he's going to stay
And
by
he's able to push through the tacklers to pick up 6.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here.
that I looked at a couple times. He said something
cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone
no,
yet
this is
again.
self-defense. So I think even he has recognized that this isn't what we would call perfect self-defense. Sort of messy self-defense, but I think he's going to put it up anyway. And honestly, I don't think he has a lot of other options other than for him to, present this to the prosecution and plead for mercy, which is what he should have done, because he murdered this kid. He recently murdered this poor child who should have graduated high school and get ready to go off to college. Should be in Royce's last summer before college.
Yeah,
Instead, his parents are mourning his loss. I mean, it is murder, and I don't think Murray is going to cut any sympathy.
He finished off their previous drive with a touchdown run. Try to repeat that this time around. His team starts 1st down.
Everybody is there under their own school's tent. We look at it through race lens, but these are events where you don't really go up to, your opponent and go hang out. You don't do that.
They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And they'll be taken down at the 40-yard line. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
And so, if this guy laid hands on him, so, laying hands on him does not mean that this kid...
Right back to him on 1st down. Down the sideline, past the 45.
Just be scared that you're going to get pushed.
And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again.
Super significant.
The difference between this and the chest case. Chubb walked
7 touchdowns in 1 game.
Somebody antagonized them and then shot them. In this case, antagonized anybody. He was in the tent. His business trying to stay wide. Arthur Metcalf came into the tent. So you gotta go. Carmelo said, I'm not going nowhere. Arthur Metcalf put his hands on Carmelo.
The second half. They try to establish some tempo. To start this one with 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. Up the sideline at the 35. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
First down.
They showed up.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To the ground, a 1st down run. Into space. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Browns. This is just getting silly at this point. That's his 8th touchdown of this game. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him, and that long touchdown there.
Browns offense getting set to get back to work. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They have not disappointed as they have the advantage here in the 4th.
Let's go now.
handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Touchdown, Cleveland. Can you believe this performance? That is his 9th touchdown of the game.
Just a great way to finish a drive. And something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long was in the ground game. You can see here, they executed in the offensive line. We got some nice blocks downfield from our wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
Talking about how good Casey is over whey protein. Y'all some contradicted motherfuckers. Hey, man,
It's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They are closing in on a baker's dozen. 13 wins on the year. One of the favorites, if not the favorite, to lift the Lombardi Trophy come February. Now a run on first down. It wasn't for lack of effort. He tried every which way to elude the defense, but he was outnumbered. They finally got him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of yards. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. 3rd and 6. They'll try to get this one on the ground. He's got the first down and more to the 45. He's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Cleveland.
A lot of things. You can get away with a lot of things to me. So you have those connections, you get what I'm saying? Now, that's why this dude right here isn't as smart pressure receivers. Tired of getting his cat rooms and explosions.
Cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Brash. So ahead now, 1-6 total. His 10th touchdown of the game. It's crazy.
She ended up with Pete Davidson.
Browns offense ready to see what they can do. They have likely one play left here north of the 2-minute warning as they're going to get started with first down.
Here we go, Shaq, go!
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He works free, right side. Still going. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 84 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Reportedly using her church as a tax shelter, and so much more. It's even darker.
Browns offense ready to take over possession of the football. These fans set to head home happy. Very solid performance by the hometown side as they finish off a very decisive victory. We'll try the right side this time. Into space. Inside the 30. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
So now saying it's
Kardashians have their own JLs. So back in September, Polish truck driver named Yall was stopped by police correspondents. His truck was carrying so they did an X-ray of the truck, which revealed a hidden compartment built into the rear trailer doors containing 90 kilos.
So the Dogtown celebrates. It's a win for the Browns. Their perfect season continues here into the month of December, as they continue to be the #1 team in all of football.
Talk about this it's the fact that there was so much of that substance. It shows that the person, like the source of the person, has a lot of money. And then how do you even get that in these skins packages? You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be some sort of sense.
We're just speculating here, but it's not adding up. It makes you wonder how many other Skims shipments have passed through customs without a second glance. And how do we know this was the first time, instead of the first time they got caught? Now, we're not saying Kim Kardashian is running a cartel, but if you check out the reactions from people on social media, a lot of them are saying the same thing. This is way deeper than it seems. One user commented, "You can't make hundreds of millions of dollars ethically. You have to cheat, steal, lie, and sell illegal substances to make that kind of money." And then someone else said that Kim should have her financial records pulled apart before she is exonerated. They have a point. Remember when Kim was just a closet organizer for other celebs and desperate to make a name for herself in the industry? So one of the celebs Kim worked for back then was Brandy. Keep in mind, this was before Kim hooked up with Brandy's brother, Ray J. Brandy hired Kim to provide a person and introduced her to other celebs. And how did Kim repay her? By stealing from her. And I'm not saying allegedly here, because Brandy's mother, Sonia Norwood, actually filed a lawsuit in 2008 and forced Kim to pay back everything she stole. Ray J also recently talked about this and claimed Kim stole close to $1 million from Brandy and Sonia.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Music City. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, and Nissan Stadium on the shores of the Cumberland River. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans. On the Browns sideline, you see Kevin Stefanski. His guys enter play after a truly dominating victory a week ago in all phases of the game. On the other side, it's the Tennessee head coach. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home. As
credit card, they thought my mom spent like Brandy spent. Just stole all their money, bro. They put card. I guess she situation where she wants me, so they got me.
I know people love this Ray J. This time, he's telling the truth. And Sonia Norwood actually confirmed this recently. Backed up Ray J. He was on the report battle against Kim for this. Back in December.
Here's a first carry for their running back. Moving up to the sideline at the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Here's Lewis. Finds an alley to the 35. And he will finally be taken down at the Titans' 16-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll run with Lewis. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it. Here's Lewis. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jamie Foxx.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together.
So back in 2009, Kim was at a Vegas casino with Lowe, two producers from The Wolf of Wall Street.
Take a repeat of that opening drive where he finished things off in the end zone. His guys back at it here, 1st and 10.
Stories of Lowe giving people chips at the end of the state. She started calling out which bets to and as a thank you to them, gave her his chips.
On the ground, it's Lewis. Great run there. He gets this up close to the 30-yard line. So we are through one here on Sunday Night Prime Time. All even on the scoreboard. We're back in Music City after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. This is Lewis. Room to run again. Oh, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown.
She's just
his second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. What a standout performance early on in this one, and his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
So back in 2009, Chris co-founded her own private church called California Community Church. Of course, she claims it's all about Jesus and community service, but there's been
Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet.
Because it's a charity, Kardashians get a 10% tax cut every year. That monthly team members pay.
It's 1st down, and they'll run. Up the sideline to the 40. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Britney Spears' former business
night continues.
Being involved
His
in a
3rd
conservatorship
touchdown
and
of the
transferred
game.
hundreds of millions of dollars from Britney's accounts to herself and her associates. Allegedly, one of those associates was the Jenners. But if you thought the shady financial stuff was bad, wait till you hear what Kanye accused the Kardashians of. If you remember last year, shortly before Kanye abandoned X, Clinton's rant against Jay-Z and Beyonce, accusing them of being controlled by higher-ups and hiding their twins because they're embarrassed.
And the big number is the touchdown count. 3 of them in the first half. Searching for number 4 as this drive begins with 1st down. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now give on the ground. Oh, big hole left side. And he's got another one. Touchdown, Cleveland. This is quickly turning into a virtuoso performance. 4 first-half touchdowns.
Disrespectful. But if you read between the lines, I was going to say that Kim isn't just some vapid celebrity who gets passed around. It sounds like he was saying whatever she and the family are developed was
I didn't mean it like that. I mean, marry her because she was one. Not he didn't know. He understood that he wanted that.
You see the numbers here in the first half, and now time to build on those as this drive begins with 1st down.
It's what I
Drive will start on the ground. Crazy. And And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. He is just gashing the defense right now. 17 more yards with that one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And he'll get about 6 there. Setting up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll turn and hand this one off. He works free, right side. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Touchdown, Browns. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
The Browns offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this 3rd quarter. Through up the sideline at the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. And he is gone. 70 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10.
Bronco switch. Bronco 70 Timberwolves. Go.
Here's a run going left. He's to the 25. Up the sideline. Past midfield. Inside the 10. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 90 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. And with that, NFL history. That's the record. 7 touchdowns in one game.
Got another 9 minutes.
Browns offense. And their running back set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. To the ground, a 1st down run. Past the 45. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. He has come alive after the break. His 3rd touchdown of the 2nd half. Browns offense ready to get back to work. And they just continue to roll right along. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in the fourth quarter. A handoff as they try to run it here. He's up the sideline to the 25. Down the sideline past the 45. Inside the 10. And he is gone. 96 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Can you believe this performance? That is his 9th touchdown of the game. Browns offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. And it looks like they're going to get a 14th win on the season, cementing themselves as one of the favorites to win the whole thing. Now a run on first down. Inside the 35. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Cleveland. Go ahead and add one more on this sick total. His 10th touchdown of the game. It's crazy. Browns offense ready for this next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong.
Here we go.
Now a handoff running right. And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately he goes down behind the line. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Up the sideline to the 40. And he is out of bounds at the 45. They'll come up here. First and 10.
And the Browns first down.
They'll stay on the ground. Whoa. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. They'll stick with him again. Open space to the 35. And he cannot be stopped. He's into the end zone again. Touchdown, Browns.
Adam 22 and
So it's a win for the Browns. Their perfect season continues here into the month of December. They continue to be the #1 team in all of football.
trying to beat him down, wire down, but I'm just reporting news, bro. So we're gonna see what TMZ talking about, brother. TMZ put it out. I didn't. I'm just pulling the plug on Adam 22. TMZ has learned Leonard Plug has filed divorce docs in LA County with someone. It could be her birthday, by the way, and wants physical custody of their 5-year-old daughter.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the birthplace of rock and roll, where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed. We're ready for football at Huntington Bank Field here in Cleveland. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Cleveland Browns. On the visiting sideline, you see head coach Matt LaFleur. His team looking for a second straight victory after the win a week ago.
Basically, every game was a pretty good. I said it was clear. It's all five of the great state active.
Here's a first carry for their running back. Up the sideline, past midfield. Down the sideline to the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland.
I see that.
Last December, and that's his dreams of becoming a fashion designer.
He was responsible for the first points of the game with that touchdown run on the opening drive, and his guys ready to get back to it. First and 10. Here's Lewis. Up the sideline at the 35. Gets to the edge at the 30. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 76 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. He's got a pair of rushing touchdowns already in this first half. He'll try to keep filling that stat sheet up. His guys get it going. First and 10. They'll run with Lewis. Lots of space. Past the 45. 20. 15. He will score again. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. Browns offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. And they might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters, too.
On the set. Ready?
They'll run it. Here's Lewis. And despite a nice juke, he's going to get a yard to show for it. Second down.
That is on the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
On the ground, it's Lewis. Up the sideline to the 15. And he is out of bounds.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. This is Lewis. Into the secondary again. Inside the 30. And he is gone. 82 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line.
Shut up! Shot alert! Shot alert! Go!
Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Up the sideline to the 40. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 97 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. Offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start first and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And a very elusive run there. He winds up gaining about 9 yards. Now it's second and 1.
Brings up second and a yard.
Now give on the ground, and he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Right back to him on first down. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. He's got room at the 30. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 82 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. With that, he joins Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara, players in the Super Bowl era with 6 touchdowns in a single game. Browns offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has been the focal point of this offense. When you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably know the offensive line's been stellar, and they have been so far. Drive will start on the ground. Up the sideline at the 35. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. first down, and they'll run. He's beyond midfield to the 45. What about that? Out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. It is a big play for the Browns. It's a gain of 43 yards. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll run. He'll try the left side now. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Browns. And with that, NFL history, that's the record. 7 touchdowns in one game. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them
Browns offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start out 1st down and 10.
Okay, ready?
Here's a run going left. He's got room to the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. And he is gone. 70 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. This is just getting silly at this point. That's his 8th touchdown of this game. Browns offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Room to run at the 35. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Can you believe this performance? That is his 9th touchdown of the game. It's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense.
Alert! Alert! Come on, come on.
To the ground, a 1st down run. To the 45. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Go ahead and add one more on this sick total. His 10th touchdown of the game. It's crazy. Browns offense. And their running back set to go once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
Bronco switch. Set.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Up the sideline to the 40. Gets to the edge at the 30. And he Browns offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Now a run on first down. He gets free inside the 20. 73 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Browns offense headed back to take over once more. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. Oh, big hole left side. Inside the 40. Inside the 10. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 96 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Wow, one of those breathtaking plays, taking it the distance, going coast to coast. A long run pays off with a touchdown.
And Mike, what looks like a simple handoff, just trying to pick up some yards and get themselves out of the shadow of their own goalpost. He got through the initial.
Browns offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Well, the goal here is to run some time off the clock. The game is well in hand as they get back on offense for 1st and 10.
Chop alert!
He's got some space past the 20, down the sideline, past the 45, inside the 10, and he is gone. 92 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. It's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Well, the goal here is to run some time off the clock. The game is well in hand as they get back on offense for 1st and 10. Room up the sideline to the 20. Up the sideline, past midfield. Inside the 10. And they're not going to run it down. He goes all the way. 95 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. Browns offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Room up the sideline at the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Dog Pound celebrates. It's a win for the Browns. Their perfect season continues here into the month of December as they continue to be the #1 team in all of football.
The Browns.